Well, hello everyone, George Ramblin' Man here, coming to you this morning from sunny and beautiful Arizona. I have been out here this week on business. Got a client I've worked with all year out here. I've finished up with them, made my final presentation on our report and study yesterday, or actually the day before, and as a treat to myself, maybe a Christmas present to myself, a treat for doing this project out here, I don't know, just because I want to and I can. I rented myself this beautiful 2018 Harley-Davidson Heritage Classic. As you can see, it's in the twisted cherry color. It's a deep ruby red. The paint just sparkles out here in the sun. You cannot ask for a more beautiful motorcycle than this. I've always liked the Heritage bikes for their styling. It took me a while to get used to these new ones. And I rode one of these Heritage Classics on a demo day back in Atlanta just for 10 minutes and got just a quick taste of it. But I really wanted to spend a couple of days on this bike to get a real sense of what it was like. And I have done that, and I've put probably 400 miles now on this bike in a couple of days, and I think I have a little bit better chance to give you some opinions that are borne out by being on it a little bit longer. Of course, if you want to hear from the guys who own the bike, listen to NC Stoney. He's got one of these bikes. There's plenty of other guys on YouTube that have this bike, and they'll probably give you a lot more information than I can. But let me just share a few thoughts with you as I cruise from Maricopa, Arizona to Gila Bend, Arizona, out in the middle of the desert. I'll be going through the Sonoran National Monument that's on the map. I think it's a national forest or something. Forest is kind of hard to believe out here with all these scrubby trees and cactus, but that's what they call it. Mountains off in the distance, just a beautiful area. Some of the things I like about this bike, well, I said I like the styling. It's a beautiful motorcycle. To me, it's what motorcycles should look like. It's pretty basic. It's got a windscreen, and that's about it. No fairing, no radio, no GPS, none of that. And all those things are great to have on a motorcycle, but it's stuff that I don't really care about that much. So I love the styling. The new Heritage has had to grow on me a little bit, the blacked out look, but it has. The bike is super comfortable, first of all. The seat is comfortable. I've been on it for a couple of days, over 400 miles, and I have not one complaint about the seat. I complained this summer about the seat on the Indian being so uncomfortable after a couple of hours, and Harley has really done a good job on this stock seat. It's well padded. I think it's an upgrade from the old Heritages where the passenger seat kind of dug into your lower back. This one does not do that. Like I say, it's well padded, and I have nothing but good things to say about this seat. I'd probably upgrade to a little backrest for these long trips, but other than that, it's great. The riding position is good. They got big floorboards that are a little bit forward now. The little mini 8 handlebars, your arms in a good position. Your shoulders are comfortable for a long ride. You can control the bike very easily. Just ergonomically, to me, it's like the perfect riding position. The bike is actually a little bit lighter than the old bikes. I like that. It's easier to maneuver around your garage, around parking lots. It handles just... I can't say enough about the handling. They've improved the suspension on it. The ride is, I think, improved from the old Heritage Softails. And, these roads out here in the middle of the desert aren't the smoothest roads in the world. It just soaks up all the bumps effortlessly. It's just a super smooth ride, and it's light, it's easy to handle. It just makes me ask the question, has Harley-Davidson built the perfect motorcycle? And I know that everybody has different wants and needs in a motorcycle. For me, I'm older. I'm a couple of years away from retirement. I'm not really looking for a 900-pound motorcycle I have to muscle around my garage and is really tough with the slow-speed maneuvers. I'm looking for a lighter handling bike. I'm not getting any stronger as I get older, and this Heritage seems to fit the bill. I spent a couple of days on a Road King in the Indian Springfield, and I thought I was really going to upgrade to one of those bikes in the future, but I think being on this bike for a couple of days has cured me of that want. I think this bike has got all I need. It's very comfortable out on the road. So what are some other things I like about the bike? I like the windscreen. I can see right over it. It's a little bit lower than the one on my Suzuki Boulevard. I can see right over this windscreen. It keeps most of the wind off your body, and I think it's fine. It took me a little while to get used to this blacked out lower portion of the windscreen, but you know, I have no problem with it. I can see just fine. So the windscreen is very easily removable. I don't tend to take the windscreens off. I just leave mine on, but if you want to, you can take it off really easy. Mirrors are good. I can see behind me. No problem with the mirrors. This Milwaukee 107 cubic inch engine on this bike is really a home run. Harley's did a home run with this engine. It is smooth. The power band is very smooth. Transmission is great. Shifts very easily. You know, this is just a great motor. You can get the 114 with this model. I'm not so sure I would upgrade to that, because this 107 seems to have all the power you need. Yesterday I was going towards Tucson, and I was on a road like this, and I came up behind a truck carrying a horse trailer. He was going about 55, maybe 60 miles an hour, and I needed to get around him. So I waited till the coast was clear on a nice long straightaway like this, and I was in 6th gear, and I rolled on the throttle, and I was at 90 miles an hour before I knew it. I mean, I was around him in a flash. So I cannot say enough about the power on this engine. It is wonderful. And it just cruises in 6th gear, about 2,500 RPM down the road. You cannot ask for a smoother engine. So I think they've definitely hit a home run with their engine. They've also made a big upgrade, I think, with the saddlebags. They're hard bags now. They're leather wrapped. They're not, you know, painted like the ones on the Road Kings and the other bikes, but they're lockable. They seem to have plenty of storage, in my opinion, and have nothing but good things to say about the bags. The gauge cluster, I'm going to just kind of focus in on it. Analog speedometer. It's got a digital, LCD readout, and they've improved that. It's much bigger, easier to read. The gear indicator is always on, which I like. You can see right now I'm in 6th gear. It's 9:17 in the morning. You know, it's got the standard things on the little LCD display. It's got the odometer. It's got 2 trip odometers, remaining miles to empty, a digital tachometer, and a clock. And that's, you know, what else do you need? That's all you need. And this little button here on the handlebars, you just scroll through the various menus very easily, and I really like that. I think that's the speedometer and the gauge cluster, I think is fine. It's got a big gas tank. I think I averaged about 45 miles a gallon yesterday of the various types of riding, so I think the fuel economy is fine on this bike. It's got a nice big gas tank. It does take premium gas though. And it's got the latest technological upgrades, as you know, the ABS brakes, cruise control, which are pretty much becoming standard things on bikes now, and I think that's a good thing. You know, you get used to cruise control and you don't want to do without it. I've got it on cruise right now at 65 miles an hour, and you know, just it's great going down the road. You know, the cruise control is controlled by this little button here on the left handlebar. You just push it in to engage it. A little orange light comes on the dash. Then when you hit it down to engage to set the cruise control, the orange light turns to green and you're good to go. And if you hit the brakes or you roll forward on the throttle, it turns off. So cruise control works really good. So I think Harley is, you know, just about built the perfect bike for me and the type of riding that I do. You know, 3-4 hours at a time, roads like this. I don't think you could ask for a better bike, more beautiful bike. It's just everything I would want. It is a little pricey. I mean, you're going to spend over $20,000 with one of these things. You start putting accessories on it, it's going to be more. You know, that's why I haven't pulled the trigger on one just yet. I'm still saving up for it, and probably wait till I retire in a couple of years and go pull the trigger. But you're going to spend a little bit of money for it, and it's not that much more money for a Road King. If you're a younger guy and you're looking for maybe a bigger, more touring-ready bike, you know, maybe the Road King's for you, and that's what you want. And you're not going to spend that much more money for it. It's about the same price. You know, the Japanese made a similar bike to this with all the, you know, with all the technological advances this bike has and the comfort this bike has at a lower price point. I would certainly consider it. But there's just nothing out there on the market that I see that compares to this motorcycle right now. I like my Suzuki Boulevard. It's an older model. You know, it doesn't have the anti-lock brakes, doesn't have the cruise control, doesn't have a lot of things this bike has, but it's suiting me just fine right now. But this is the type of bike I think I would move up to. The lights on this bike are wonderful. The LED lights are very bright. I was out last night, rode to dinner. They're very bright. They've made a big upgrade with the front headlight and running lights. I don't know why Harley didn't put the LED lights for the rear brake light and the rear turn signals. Those are still their standard lights. I don't know why they didn't put LEDs back there, but they didn't. Another thing about the lights is when you turn the headlamp on high beams, the passing lamps go off, and I don't know why that is. If I'm out on a dark road like this at night, I'd like to have all the light I could have, but I guess they feel like maybe it's just too much, be blinding the person, coming at you too much. I don't know. Some other things I wish they'd done differently. I wish they'd have put the heel toe shifter on. This just has the toe shifter, which is fine. It's not a big deal. I guess you can put a heel toe shifter on if you want, but it doesn't have that. It doesn't come with the highway guard, the highway bars, and I would probably put that on there and some highway pegs for comfort. I think the stock exhaust sounds pretty good. I'd probably end up going with a set of slip-ons, just maybe improve the sound a little bit. But it sounds pretty good. They also did away with the passenger backrest on the sissy bar, which I wish they wouldn't have done. I'd like to have that. It's nice to be able to strap a bag onto that. But you can get one and add it to it. But all those things cost extra money. That's the thing, so... you can get almost anything you want. In fact, you can get the big touring trunk for this thing if you want. You have to get the mounting hardware, and you can mount it either on the back passenger seat or off the back if you want to carry a passenger. And you can significantly increase the amount of storage space you have by doing that. And it turns this into a real touring machine when you do that. That's pretty pricey, but you can do it if you want. So those are the things, a couple of things I wish they had done differently, but I cannot complain. There's no deal breakers on this bike that I see at all. It's just a great bike, and the signs say this is going to be a dipping and winding road here for the next 17 miles. So maybe I should quit vlogging and pay attention also to the cows that might be crossing the highway or whatever else. A roadrunner came across the highway yesterday. I almost hit it. I think it was chasing Wile E. Coyote. I'm not sure. Alright guys, those are some of my thoughts on this beautiful 2018 Harley-Davidson Heritage Classic. Had a great couple of days in sunny, beautiful Arizona. And I love this desert landscape. I love riding out here. Bright sunshine, beautiful mountains. Not too much traffic. What a great place to ride. If you ever get a chance to come out here and do it, I highly recommend it. Alright guys, everybody have a Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah. Hope everyone has a wonderful holiday season with their family. I'll be headed back east to winter later today. I don't know the next time I'll be out on my bike. It's weather dependent, I guess. But everyone have a great couple of weeks. Take some time off, spend with your family over the holidays, and I will catch you guys later. This is George the Rambling Man. Everybody ride safe.